I'd like to welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. I'm Buzz1151.
So what?
And I like to restore old radios.
So what?
It's time for a new project, so I picked this one up on eBay. As you can see, it says Crosley on it.
I told you we should have got a Zenith.
I got this because I was intrigued by the dial here. I thought it looked pretty cool. Looks like it has the standard broadcast band plus a shortwave police band, which is no longer used. Let's take a closer look at this thing. One thing going for it is it has all the original knobs.
Oh, that's good.
Looks like something's loose there. I have yet to look up any information on this. All I know is it's a Crosley.
I told you we should have got a Zenith.
But it looks to be, I'd say mid-30s. Let's explore it further. Aww. It's got a cute little picture of a doggy there.
How cute.
That's on the top left side. And on the right side, there's another doggy picture.
Oh, look how cute.
I think that's a Dickel. Looks like there's a name there. Let me see if I get a magnifying glass and see what that says. Can you make it out?
I don't think so.
I can't. Looks like this is a LLE. I don't know what these are here. But if anybody out there who knows what this says, or if it's the name of the dog, let me know down in the comments. There's the grill cloth.
Spray that thing for bugs?
Seen better days. There's some damage on it here. But overall, that grill's in pretty good condition. I can't complain about that. Well, there's the money shot. I guess you could call this a tombstone radio, or better yet, a mini tombstone.
Rest in peace.
Here's a ruler. Since this is a 12-inch ruler, it only stands...
Turn it around.
About 11 and a half inches tall, over 10 inches wide. You think this belonged to a child?
I gotta go potty.
Those do look cute up there. There's the side of it.
No kidding.
This measures about 7 1/4. Let's see what the rear looks like. One, two, three, four, 5. A 5-tube radio. Got a nice transformer there.
It's very sexy.
And this is just begging, and I say begging, to be painted red.
You're damn right.
Look at that. For all you purists out there who say those cores have to be black,
You're damn right!
what do you know? Look at that. This one's painted brown.
Screw you, pal.
You're an idiot.
There's a model here.
Well, let's see here.
Volts AC 100 to 125. Model 515. Draws 55 watts, 60 cycles. It's got the serial number here. The Crosley Radio Corp, Cincinnati, Ohio. Made in USA. So there you have it. A Crosley Model 515. We'll have to look that up and see what we can find on it. There's some writing here in pencil. What does that say? K750W 16190. Don't know what that is. There's also some more writing up here. Let's take a look at that. Looks like 103ME43383.
Blimey, what's it mean?
What do you think, that's a phone number? I don't know.
Don't ask me, I don't know.
There's another one up a little higher. That one is A171NR5161. What does it all mean? Are these secret codes that somebody put on there so in 2022 somebody could decipher these and figure out what the meaning of life is? Could be.
Oh, brother.
It says 6B5 here.
Next.
76. Must be those weird tubes that my tester will not test. But I always liked radios that had the tube name printed on it like that. That's usually a sign of quality. If it was a cheap radio, they never bothered to do that. Look at that. This has got the tube shield on it. Let me take that off. Look at that. Ain't that cute? It's got a little cap on it. I was wondering how I was going to get that grid wire out. Look at that. It's in two pieces. This is a 78 tube here. But look at that. That says a 6D6. And there was a 78 tube in there. I wonder what that's all about.
Whoa.
This is the 78 tube that went in there. It's a US Navy type CRP-78. I wonder if that's the same as a 6D6.
Maybe.
Who knows? These sort of look like those goat shields that I see in some other radios. But those usually had goat printed on it. And no, we're not talking about old 64 goat.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi, goat. We're not talking about you. So, let's take that other one out. Well, that one doesn't have a cap on it.
Be careful.
Well, those are in there. This says a 6D6 here. Let's see what the writing on the tube says. Well, that says 6D6. So perhaps somebody substituted that 78, and they could be compatible. We'll have to look that up later. Let's take the cord out here. Think that's original? Hard to tell. Let's see what the rectifier tube is. Let's get it out of there. What do you think? It's probably an 80, huh? Bingo. 80. Hopefully that's still good. Well, what do you think? Should we just pull this chassis out and take a look at it?
Uh-huh.
I think that's a good idea. I thought it was loose. There's a screw on the bottom.
You dumb cluck.
I also better take this screw out of here on the speaker. Looks like there's only one screw holding it in there. There it is. It does have a field coil on it. You think I can get past the first part without sticking my finger in here? What are the odds of that?
That's impossible.
It's got a little nick here, one up here, but it looks in pretty good shape. Looks like somebody had cut the wires off. I need to get that screw off from the bottom. Let me get it off and we'll pull it out. Well, there's the bottom. Okay, chassis loose. Next we gotta take the knobs off. There's always one that won't come off. Come on, baby. Ah, a little rust on that. All right. You think this is a virgin?
I beg your pardon?
We'll see how much was done to it. Let me get this out of here. Looks like I'm gonna poke a hole in that thing in the first 10 minutes here. Careful, Buzz.
Lady, you must be psychic.
I see a couple of mouse turds in the bottom of that cabinet there.
Ew.
Let's turn this around. Well, look at that. It's got no dial string on it.
What?
This thing is moving this. Let me see if I can get a close-up of that. Now you can see better how that works. That's a pretty good idea.
Wow, that's neat.
Let's take a look at the bottom. Okay, here we go.
Holy cat.
There's hardly anything in there. Somebody stole all the guts out of it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
This needs closer examination. Doesn't look like much was done to this, huh?
Looks untouched. Like a virgin.
Looks like there was a mouse planning on building a nest there. These capacitors here are original. That's original. I don't know about that one. There's the electrolytic there. It's hard to say if that's been replaced. These look like our original. This is sort of a weird radio, huh? What is this thing? Is this a capacitor?
It's obvious you don't know anything.
Let's take a look on the other side. This is what's on the other side of those cans here. It looks like there's some adjustments here. We'll have to get a schematic on this and see what that's all about. Dusty, huh? That's probably a tone switch. On the other side here is possible band selector. It's got a ball bearing in there, see that? I guess this is one of those canned ohm resistors.
That's kind of cool.
Cool.
Let's take a look at this bulb here. It's got one of those screw-in types. 6.8 volts. No number on it. It's kind of black. It's probably blown out. Here's the electrolytic capacitor. Let's see if we can read anything off that. Let's get a close-up of that. Cornell Doublier. Look at that. It says 8-6 microfarad. So what is that telling us? Is it an 8.6? Or is it an 8 microfarad and a 6 microfarad?
That's a very good question.
Let me see if I can search the internet and find some documentation on this with the schematic. And then we should find out what all these weird things are. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Well, I've been on the internet trying to find some information on this radio. and I found it in this Crosley broadcaster from September 15th, 1935. I believe this was put out for the dealers, the people who sell the Crosleys. It says, everyone from baby to grandmother knows you're there with a Crosley. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Now I found my radio here. Let's go down here. It says, the new 1936 Crosley radios presented on this and the two following pages have reached new heights in beauty, performance, and value, incorporating the very latest engineering developments. The new Crosley radios put increased emphasis on that well-known assurance of quality performance. You're there with a Crosley. No matter what the needs of the purse, there is a new Crosley that is exactly right. Crosley models meet the radio needs of the home, the farm, the camper, the traveler, the businessman, the motorist, in fact, everyone. Here is a radio that invites any comparison. Such comparison will prove that here is the highest possible quality at the most attractive prices for everyone. So right here, 5 tubes. They call these 5-tube radios from Crosley the Fivers. 1999, complete with tubes. Standard broadcast 540 to 1750 kilocycles. Police amateur aviation broadcast 1570 to 4000 kc. Illuminated full vision airplane type dial, 5-to-1 ratio, tone control, full floating moving coil, electrodynamic speaker. So that's it. Here's some more radios for 1936. All these were new models. Battery operated ones, 7 tubes, 9 tubes, consoles. They even sold refrigerators here. Let's go directly to the end here. And this says, a big reason why big profits are ahead. The Crosley Fiver. There we are again. There's mine. And here's the Crosley Fiver console for only $37.50. Price slightly higher in Florida, Rocky Mountain states, and West. Show them these features and they buy. Whatever happens, you're there with a Crosley. Crosley radio. So I found a schematic for my Crosley Fiver, model 515. Let's take a look at that. Let's clean up some of this dust here.
Clean it.
This sucks.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
Buzz, you got 85 years of dust.
I get kind of tired just sweeping up dust.
Well, old Buzz had a little accident with the vacuum cleaner.
You stupid bonehead.
I was trying to clean this. This is the part that rotates the dial. Just knocked it to a bunch of pieces. So I'm going to have to make another one of these. Boy, was that brittle. It didn't take long for old Buzz to screw up. But then again, you can't really blame me for that. It would have broke sometime down the line. I know that. We're just going to have to fix that. But we'll do that later. Well, I found a schematic for this radio. This one is for the model 515 and the 5515. Using the same chassis. One of them's the tabletop and the 5515 is the console. So there it is. There's the parts list. Everything in the schematic is just labeled with a number, even the tubes. So I'm going to have to go in there and print this out and then put the pin numbers on the tubes, put the values of the resistors and capacitors, and then we'll take a look at that. Here's the second page of it. It's got some socket voltages down here. This is the alignment right here. So that's all good stuff. Well, here's the schematic after I printed it out. I had to put the tubes on here and all the tube pins. I put all the values of the components. I found out this takes an 8 microfarad capacitor and a 6 microfarad capacitor for the electrolytics. Here's the other sheet. I found out that those two cans here, one of them is the antenna coil and the other one's the oscillator coil. Now those two cans are riveted right here.
I now officially know too much.
Somehow I thought this had something to do with those cans, and I thought these were just some adjustments or something. Well, that's not the case. This thing, these three screws, they're holding this in. And these two cans, we know now, are coils in there. Now I took the speaker off earlier, and I found out this speaker does not belong to this radio. If you notice these two screws here, that's supposed to secure the speaker. As you can see, those holes don't line up. So we know for a fact that the speaker was replaced. There's no part number on here, it just says 60 watt on it. So hopefully the speaker's okay. Now my plan for part 1 here is just to get this thing to work. And I usually do that with the least amount of parts to put in there. Like I usually just change the electrolytics and bring it up and see if that works. So that's my plan here in part 1. I'd love to see this working. So the first step in that is I'm going to have to check the windings of the transformer. Since I had such a hard time with that transformer in the last series, hopefully this is going to be working good, so I don't have to mess with it. But we won't know that until we test it. Okay, we got our meter here. Here's the 80 socket. Now the first thing I'll check is just the fat pins on the 80 socket. Now those fat pins are for the heaters, so we should see some continuity. Looks like this is fat here. There's fat here. Oops. Come on, Buzz. Here's one. And here's one. We should get a low reading here. That's good. Yay! Now the other two pins on this rectifier are the plates. So we should see a reading for the high voltage on these two pins here. There's one and there's two. We should get something like maybe 300 ohms around there, 200 ohms. Are those on there right? Oh man. Don't tell me those windings are no good. According to the schematic, the center tap is hooked directly to the chassis. So, let me hook up one of these to the chassis. Nothing there. Let's try the other one.
Oh dear. I see nothing.
So that's telling me that the high voltage windings are not even working, not even through the center tap. I didn't want to go through all this again. Let's check the 6.3 windings. We could just check the fat pins on one of these tubes down here.
Buzz, you are a fathead.
Oh, that's working. So we got the 5 volt winding and the 6.3 windings are working, but no high voltage windings. Why, Transformer? Why me?
You suck.
Looks like I'm gonna take that off, take it apart and see if I can fix it. Son of a...
Clark, watch your language.
Well, the only way to figure out what's going on with this transformer is to pull it out of there. So, let's just get rid of this ratty power cord here.
That is nasty.
Looks like it's got 2 screws here. So I'm going to cut all the wires out. Then I'm going to unbolt the transformer. And we'll get down to the nitty gritty. See what's going on with it. Can it be saved? I doubt it. I give the odds of 10 to 1 that it can't be saved. But we don't know until we do it. So let me pull this out and we'll find out. Well, old Buzz is confused here.
Again?
I took the transformer out and it only has 1 wire for the 6.3 volts for the filaments. So it looks like they're using the center tap for the second leg of the 6.3 volts.
You're crazy.
The more I work on these radios, the less I know, I think. But then again, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed either.
It's true.
Anyway, I'm going to take this apart, see what's underneath the shell. Okay, let's see what we got under there. Does that look burnt? Come on, wires, get out of there. Okay. Don't smell burnt. Here are the 2 high voltage wires. Let's connect the meter up to those. Let's start wiggling some wires. Still got nothing on it. And these wires are in lousy shape. Nothing. Looks like I'll have to take these laminations off. And I don't want to do that again. But to verify if this is bad, I'm going to have to do it.
Get back to work, you slacker.
Look at this wire here. It looks like this is some type of a ground wire. You see where this is where it was. It's discolored there. When the clamshell's on there, it's pinched in there. So was that just put on there for ground?
I don't know.
Look at that. Whoa. Take a look at this. If I connect one end to the high voltage winding and put this on this wire here, I'm getting 445 ohms. But when I stick it on the other high voltage winding, I get nothing. What's going on here? If I try to connect this one wire to these other ones here, I don't get no readings at all. So why would it show 400 ohms on just that one winding there? Oh boy. Let's see if we can unlock the mysteries to this transformer here. I'm going to take the laminations off and peel back this paper and see how it's wired. Man, I've been working on this for 10 minutes here. I think I got it to budge a little bit. The first one's usually the hardest one to get out. Wow, that took a lot of work.
It's deja vu all over again.
Finally. Now we can unwrap it. Looks like that first layer here is the 5-volt winding. Five volts. Okay, let's dig deeper. Here's that little ground wire that was pinched against the clamshells. We'll have to figure out where that goes. But let's take this paper off here. And this paper's rotten. Here's the 6.3 winding. And I want to see what's on the other end of this thing, to see if it's actually connected to the center tap or what. So let's unwind this and solve this mystery.
Time will solve that mystery.
Okay, let's see where it's connected. Center tap. So maybe this doesn't even have a center tap. that's just the other end of the 6.3. So what do we got left here? We got the high voltage and the AC in. These two are the high voltage windings, and it broke off. So I guess we'll never know what's wrong with it and what this ground wire has to do with the high voltage windings. I knew the high voltage windings were bad, and I was never going to rewind that. I thought maybe there was just a loose wire, but it looks like this got baked and just shorted out. These last two wires are the AC in here. I like to figure out where this thing is. What's this got to do with this? What do you think this ground wire is connected to? Here's the high voltage wires, all frizzled. They're just baked. So where is this ground wire connected to? Because we were getting continuity between this ground wire and one of the legs of the high voltage. We're getting 400 ohms.
Go home. You're in over your head. Richard, give it up!
It may be a little hard to find, but don't give up.
What's that all about? Got two little wires on it. Perhaps we'll never know, because they're going to break off any second here. You think this was the center tap? Since it was pinched in there on the clamshell, that would ground it to the chassis.
You're not as stupid as I thought. You might even be intelligent.
You know, I think that's what it was. That 400 ohms was a reading from one of the legs of the high voltage to the center tap, which is 400 ohms. I think the mystery's solved. We just had to open high voltage winding from point A to point B, but the center tap was still connected. That's got to be it. What are your thoughts out there?
You're stupid.
So this transformer is history. We're going to put in a new transformer. And it just so happens, on my last project, I had bought a new power transformer for that Philco, which I did not use because I ended up fixing the transformer that was in it. So it looks like I'm going to be using that transformer to take the place of this burnt one. Here's my new transformer. It's made by Hammond Manufacturing, and it's a model 290AX. For the high voltage, you can either select 650 volts or 550 volts. It's got a 6.3 voltage at 2.25 amps and a 5 volt at 3 amp. So it's probably overkill, but why not? It's cost me $100 with shipping.
Looks brand new.
Nice, awful nice.
I've never ever put a new transformer into a radio, so this should be interesting. Let's take a look at the chassis and see how we can mount this thing. Here's where the other one was mounted. It had 2 holes here for the wires. And this one's got 2 holes. So somehow it's going to have to be mounted like that. So this is going to be great. You can put a new transformer in here and test this thing. But I'm not going to just hook this transformer up and power this on. I'm not taking any chances with my new expensive transformer. I checked some of these caps here, and these are reading like resistors. Funny thing about these is there's a lot of dual caps here. Like this is a 2-in-1 cap. This has got 2.1s in it. This one's got 2.02s in it. This one's a dual too. So is this one. And one up here. So I'm going to cut all those out and just replace the capacitors. And then we can hook up the new transformer and see if this thing works. Hopefully it will. Have you ever seen such ugly ass capacitors in your life? So that's what I replaced. Most of these were dual, and I spent all day Sunday afternoon changing those out with these yellow ugly capacitors. I wish they weren't yellow. I wish they made red ones. I like red. So we're all ready to power this baby up. Well, I punched a hole in the speaker. See that? What happened was I was seeing if this was rubbing. So I was pressing down with the pencil and the eraser. Guess what happened? It went right through the paper. Oh man. There's my new transformer. I got smart this time because I had problems with those cheap leads getting warm on the last project with that Philco. Remember that? So this time I temporarily soldered in the leads. These are going to the rectifier. Here's the 6.3. So we're all ready to go. Now I did try this without the rectifier tube in, and everything checked out great. So now I've got that rectifier tube in there, and we're going to try this. This is probably the first time this has been powered up in say 50 years or more. But it's going to happen now. I can't wait to see what happens. Don't go away. Radio, here comes some power.
Here comes the judge.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I have to admit, I'm very nervous doing this, but we'll bring it up slow and see what happens. This meter is hooked up to the B+. Got my variac here, so let's just crank it up here. 30 volts. Oh, we got Some B plus already. Wow. It's about 50 volts. The light is lit. $70 volts. Nothing yet.
You hear anything?
Hey. God, that's a sweet feeling.
Good.
It's only 70 volts. Let's go up to 90. Let's go up to about 115. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Okay. Since my tuning thing is broken, I'm going to have to move this by hand here. Whoa.
You know, for the first time since 24 USC coming down.
Oh, man.
Lighten up the problem. Saw even the nightly news that these governors, these moves by busing them into these areas has worked. At least people are addressing it.
Well, Buzz is proud of himself.
World War II level, and who knows? If the Ukrainians get the Russians off of everything going back to February, like we're back to where it was pre-February.
Good job, Buzz.
It's going to get really interesting. Are we ironclad in our commitment to them going all the way to booting them out of Crimea, or do we say no, just coming back to February? So that's when it's going to get interesting. But that's a different topic on the whole ironclad thing. This is the most news-making.
Gets the usual 5 stations.
We saw
Here's a short wave. I doubt there's anything on the police channel. Let's see if we get anything here. Nothing on there.
$5,000 Marines to Taiwan today, and they go because it works. Yeah. They didn't point that out. That paradox there. That what do you call it?
Well, I'm happy. That's going to conclude today's episode. In part 2, we'll do the usual cleaning up the chassis. And I've got to make a new plastic dial thing. That should be fun. And maybe we'll start on the cabinet and see what we can do with that. You know, it's always a thrill to get one of these old radios to play. It's one of the best things in the world. I'll tell you, this radio is going to look so spiffy when I'm done with it. I love old 1930s radios. Hell, I love all old radios. So this is old Buzz signing off. Hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody. Stay tuned for Buzz Cinema with Dickel Afflocket coming up next.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Buzz Cinema. I am your host, Dickel Afflocket. Today's 8mm film is titled Invaders From Mars. It was originally shot in the early 1970s by Buzz's older brother, Beau. It was never fully completed, but over 40 years later, Buzz added sound, different clips, and re-edited this goofy film. Buzz's other brother, Biz, stars as the Martian and features Beau as a hungry hillbilly. Even Buzz has a short cameo, and Buzz's first dog, Candy, has a featured part. Even the Van Hooser brothers' mom makes an appearance as a frightened lady hanging up her wash. If you like silly, stupid, and ridiculous, then this is the movie for you. Okay, roll the film!
Hail, Supreme Leader.
Martian Fleet Commander Lord Bonehead.
That's Lord Bonehead, not Lord Bonehead.
Sorry, Bonehead. As Martian Supreme Leader, go forth and conquer.
Thank you, Supreme Leader. Take me to your leader.
Oh!
Earthling. Take me to your leader, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Greetings, Earth creature. Senor. Take me to your leader.
Marciano Gringo!
Earthling, take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. Ack, ack. Ack, ack. Earthling! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Huh? What? What? Ah!
Yummy, good, flat, crunchy consumables. Ah! Ooh. Oh!
Huh?
Huh?
Peekaboo, I see you. Where are you?
Peekaboo, I sees you.
Holy crap! Ah!
Come here, you. Got to fatten you up, boy. You's a scrawny one.
Listen, no more fat, crunchy consumables. Enough, enough. Lord Bondhead, think fast. Yes, I will transfer my life force to the Earth creature. Now! I'll be back.
Come on, Jesse. Fetches me the guttin' and skinnin' knives. We's having Martian for supper, I guarantee. Mighty fine, Martian. Mighty fine.
And now a special eyewitness update with Jerry Dunphy, reporting live.
From the desert to the sea, to all of Southern California, good afternoon. The Pentagon reports Martians have invaded the United States. Thousands of flying saucers have been sighted throughout the country. Please lock your doors and windows and stay inside. I repeat, stay inside. The U.S. Security Council is meeting at this moment. Why is I eat that Martian? The Martians have come to get me. They ain't gonna take me alive. Goddamn Martians. Holy mackerel, Dad. Isn't it a puppy? Howdy, boy. How's you doing? How'd you like to be my supper tonight?
I am Fleet Commander Lord Bondhead. You devoured my perfect sculptured body, Earthling. So, you must die.
Bonehead, don't shoot me.
Why, you cotton-picking, no-good son of a gun!
Bondhead, not Bonehead. I will consume you, Earthling, but Martians don't eat shit. Beam down my clone body. Yes, Lord Bonehead is back. Oh, I mean, Bondhead. Let the invasion begin. Surrender, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Surrender, or my Martian fleet will suck it to you.
Suck it to me?
Surrender.
Let me make this perfectly clear. The United States will never surrender, and so, my fellow Martian, I'm gonna sock it to you. Hit the button, Spiro.
Mr. Nixon, spare me. I am not a crook.
Now go, Martians, and don't come back.
Retreat, Martian comrades. Fleet Commander Lord Bonehead to Martian control. Richard Milhouse Nixon, too tough for me. Aborting Earth invasion.
What is this? Aboard?
Let's get the hell out of Dodge.
This Lord Bonehead must pay.
Fleet Commander Lord Bonehead, for your failed Earth invasion, I am sending you back to Earth for Plan B. Study Earthlings well. You will take over body of Earthling named Jimmy Carter and rise to become U.S. Supreme Leader.
I shall not fail you this time, Supreme Leader. Greetings, Billy. Take me to your brother Jimmy.
Sure thing. Jimmy's inside.
Oh boy. U.S. Supreme Leader Bonehead Carter. I like it.